Hi ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be an investor and trader awareness video, and it's going to be about a lot of the conversation that is taking place in Twitter right now. But unfortunately, the nature of Twitter is that everything gets lost, right, eventually, and the new people who come get defrauded by the same things that the old people did, and it's just because they're not aware and they don't have access. So the intention behind this video, quite simply, is even if one person watching this is able to protect themselves from getting scammed or defrauded by some of the really illegitimate stuff that's happening out there in the so-called financial services space, then the video would have done its job, right? So first of all, the first and very legitimate question that anyone would ask is, who are you to be talking about other people and what they do? I'd like to answer that quite simply. If you go to the description of this video, you will not find any links, right? I've never done a single sponsored post because I believe my voice cannot be bought. I don't have any affiliate links. I don't promote any product or service. I don't have any product or service. I don't have a Telegram channel or course to sell you. In fact, this YouTube channel doesn't belong to me. So actually from social media, I've not made a single rupee of revenue because I started doing this as a way of logging my trades. It started helping people. That made me very happy. So I continued to do it until it made sense. Right, so I can play devil's advocate because I don't have an agenda here. I have nothing to gain from people. I'm not saying don't go to his services, come to my services instead, because I don't have any services. So you can read my description, right? It'll give you a picture. So that's why I'm going to be as honest and candid, because I don't have anything to gain from this except for hopefully helping some people out. Now, first of all, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that since COVID, there has been this huge influx of new traders into the market, where they see that, money can be made, and they come to the market. And a lot of basically vulturous people have realized that this is a soft target. You can sell them the dream of, oh, you're going to make a lot of money, and you can cash on them. And before they realize what happens and they're out of the system, you have fresh people coming in, because that is the amount of people who are now interested in the markets. So are all of these people the same? Absolutely not. So today I'm going to talk about the different categories of people who are selling services, selling training, selling courses or tips groups, and all of that. The first category, and I would start with the worst category of people, is people who have never traded, right? Even if they trade, they've traded single lot, then they're not someone who is traded for a living. They've come to the market sort of like a gambler's mindset, saying money, or we'll make some or the other. And they've realized that, okay, we can't make money doing this, but what we can make money doing is teaching, right? So they have this modus operandi where they will show you their fancy lifestyle, all the stuff they have. They drive fancy cars. Other people also have fancy cars. I have a Mercedes and a Volvo as well, but I'm not trying to show you that you can do trading and get these cars. And they will show you that, look at the fancy resort I'm staying at, I'm trading from here, right? And what do? They manufacture certain screenshots. And one more thing that a very famous copycat does is that he will take one trade in one account and he will take the reverse trade in another account. So he will make a few lakhs in one of them, lose the same amount in the other. Then he will close both the trades, and then he will put on a single lot trade or two lot trade to say that, look, my mark to market is already 4-5 lakhs, and now I've got two open positions, right? One other guy recently on Twitter, he got caught. Unfortunately, even though he's caught, he still has all his YouTube videos running and his programs are live, where he traded 1,000 shares of Bank Nifty somehow when the limit is 900, and he put up a screenshot of 7th December position, where on 7th December the exchange cannot accept 1,000 shares of Bank Nifty, but he didn't realize that, lazy, where he made profit, and he's trading from Maldives, and he's talking about how Maldives trip covered, right? So these are these are the worst of the worst category of people. And to add legitimacy, what they do is they take legitimate content right? And they show you legitimate content, because on YouTube it doesn't take a lot of effort. You just need to copy somebody else and you can have legitimate content that you put out, and then you can say on top of that, with these fake screenshots and whatnot, you can say that, look, I've made so much money, you come to me, you pay me my 5, 10, 15, 30,000, whatever it is, and you can also be like me, you can drive this fancy car, you can go to these resorts, right? It's a very, very disgusting kind of human beings that these people are. It feels sad that I'm saying something like this about people, but that's what they are. These are basically petty thieves, right? So that is one category of people, and please be highly aware of those. Now people say, sensible verification has come. I don't think sensible verification is the be all and end all. It is a step. When Sensible came up with verification, suddenly the conversation at least went to the right place. Previously, when somebody was scammed or defrauded, they didn't have a place to voice it. But when Sensible started talking about verification, everyone got together and said, look, what I'm feeling, everyone else is also feeling. And there are two so-called troll channels that have come up. So this is Indian FinTwit and FinTwit Decoded. So what they started doing is they started taking a lot of posts of people and compiling it in one place. Now, because of this, there was finally a way for people to channel and put across what exactly is the modus operandi of these trainers. Unfortunately, what has happened, as is the case in any social media, some of the people who were criticizing these gurus, they started using some bad language, saying personal things, and that is not a good thing. But the gurus were very lucky. They started using that as a defense. They said, look at us, we are being trolled. They're saying such dirty things about us, but they're not focusing on the point which says that they are not legitimate traders. And I don't think it's about verified screenshot or not. If you are a trainer, if you are actually someone who has traded for a living, you should have no problem to log into your back office and say that this is my P&L, this is how much money I've made from trading. The problem is not about one specific thing, which is sensible verification. It's about, why do you not want to be transparent? And the reason for that is very simple. They have never traded in their life. Their entire model is, I will sell you this dream, you will come to me, I will milk you till as long as I can, and once I'm done milking you, or you've become smart enough to understand that you're being milked, the next guy will come in, right? So that is the first category of people. Now there's another category. The other category is people who are actually legitimate traders. They do trade, they do have skin in the trading game, and along with that have services. And in that also there is an array, and this is something I'm going to address about these people. If you come from a certain background where you have XYZ different businesses, you come from a well-off family, right? You have a sizable capital and you are trading. You are not the same as some guy who is coming and buying tips from you. Take, for example, some people will give tips like, when a stock falls by 5%, they will say sell a 5% OTM put option. Now, if I have a 1 crore account and I sell one lot, maybe it makes sense. But somebody who's come to me with 20 lakhs and is going to use that entire margin to take that trade, he is probably going to make money. The thing is, you are giving trades which will work 19 out of 20 times. So he will probably make money. But the one time he loses, just because, he'll have no idea how to deal with that, he will lose his entire account, right? Another legitimate example I'll tell you. So I don't want to take names here, but there is one very famous stock market gentleman, and he's an actual trader as well. You can't take that away from him. But he himself will promote companies which you will know are fraud. Like if, for example, Vault, for example, was giving you 12.5% interest on, and I was also approached by Vault. I've put up on Twitter where I was approached by Vault to promote their stuff. Of course, I don't do promotions. So if somebody is promoting to their clients or so-called subscribers that you can buy US dollar equivalent and gain 12.5% fixed deposit interest, then something is wrong. And people come back and say later that, oh, how would he have known at the beginning that it was fraud? He couldn't have known. Common sense, right? You're operating in a financial space. That time USD interest rate, the Fed rate was under 3%. So you're getting 4 times that on USD. So you don't think something is wrong. And these guys give all kinds of joining bonuses, like no exchange gives joining bonuses, right? But I don't want to get too much into that because that will derail the topic. But there are legitimate traders also, but promote highly misleading products, and there as well their idea is, okay, you know, I will try to cash as much as I can, because it acts as a diversification to them. Like, for example, there are people who will help you make 2 to 4% selling hyper OTM options and just carrying that naked risk all the time, right? How do they hedge themselves? They hedge themselves by starting a Telegram channel where you can trade along with them, right? So you will probably make money, like Bank Nifty every week. If you sell like 5% range, you will make money for years together until one day you lose all of it. And at that point, they would have already made enough money from you that even though their trading account blew, they would have made multi-folds of that through this. So please understand that there's no shortcuts in trading, and there are multiple people out there just waiting, and they will pitch this in different ways, either through lifestyle marketing, or they will hang out with you know, some other really good traders and pretend like they're friends with them, and you know, that gives them legitimacy. There are people waiting to jump on you and take your money, and you are, if you're in the business of, okay, I will take some shortcut and I will try to learn something, and you know, that's going to make this trading thing my career, then you are thinking about this the wrong way. And there's one more thing that you have to really know. Unfortunately, trading is a rich person's business. You come with a small capital and you think that this is going to be your profession and this is how you're going to sustain your family. It is not going to happen. There is not a single trader I know, social media or otherwise, who before becoming a full-time trader did not require a single penny from trading, did not require any income from trading, and then only was able to be successful as a full-time trader, right? There are some people, there is one group where there are legitimate traders, but I'll tell you, here's the difference. The guy who started it, his dad is a businessman or whatever, and he gave him 50 lakhs saying, beta, even if you blow it up, it's okay. He cannot be comparing himself to someone who has worked for a couple of years and saved up maybe 50 lakhs is their life saving and is coming. You cannot trade with the same mentality, because if the first guy loses his entire account, it doesn't matter to him. To the other guy, it does, right? So there is this whole nexus. All I'm saying is, if you're going to go to a trainer, please ask them. It's not about sensible verification or whatever. That also can be cheated in many ways. Ask them, make it public, since you are publicly selling your course, make it public, your entire P&L statement, log into your broker and show us, because there are so many tricks, as I told you about mark to market, how to show and all that, and how to edit on Photoshop. That's the lazy way of doing it, right? By which they will convince you that, wow, you're so legitimate, and you won't believe it. For years, I thought, like, there were a few people who I thought, oh, these guys probably must be trading. Then I actually found out that no, they're not. They've convinced me, and I'm someone who does this for a living. I trade for a living, and I was convinced. So somebody coming new to the market, there is no chance that you stand. Right. And secondly, like, don't get abusive, don't get personal against a lot of these people. This is not about that. They are thieves. They are hiding behind this, that we are being attacked and so on and so forth. The difference between Twitter and YouTube is that in YouTube, you can remove all the comments that you don't like. Any other social media, you can remove all the comments that you don't like. Twitter is the one place that you can't remove it. And that's why a lot of these people are crying foul. And as far as legality goes, I want to just put this out there. Selling tips on Telegram, managing other people's money is highly illegal. Even a legal PMS is not allowed to trade in derivatives, right? So don't give your money to anyone. Think of it this way. If you give your money to someone to manage, that money you might as well consider zero. And if you go to a tipster, I guarantee you, over a period of time, you are going to zero. There is no two ways about it. It's just that you might make money in the short term, and that will sustain the tipster's business, but you are going to end up losing all of it. So please stop trying to take shortcuts, right? And you know, just be aware that there are more people out there who are just waiting to grab money out of your pocket than you realize. So yeah, satark rahe, as they say. So that's about it. It was a quick rant, and hopefully this reaches enough people to at least help some of them out. And I wish you all the best in your trading journey. Take care. Bye-bye.